Hey guys, welcome back to some companions. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Covet invite, and overall, if you do not have all of the heroes, it is because you're probably on the companion side, not the classic version, or vice versa. So looking at the Covet invite of what we have here are the Covet invite, you'll see that we have a seedling. It says complete quest to go ahead and build this out. Now over here, you can see we don't have the opportunity to get Celestials or Hippos on the companion server. So a little bit upsetting when these players brought this to my attention that unfortunately they were not available to get, which means you're going to go in here with the common 4 faction heroes. And honestly, if you're newer to companions, I would probably go ahead and get some copies of the wilder heroes just because you have the awakened version of Solus that is available in here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up a copy of Nevi because I need at this point, I believe 8 awakened, or excuse me, 8 ascended heroes that are 3 stars or greater to actually get her built up a little bit further. So I'm going to drop the Covenant invite in there. Now we do get 200 of these water droplings every single day, and you can see that this is completely different than what we see over on the classic version because drawing cards in the tavern. Let's go ahead, we'll do our summons through here. And again, this is the companions version of what we have going on. And I also want to cover some of the Ainz and Albedo, as well as Shalltear. Unfortunately, players are really disappointed by the way that Ainz is performing. Most players that have built Ainz, unfortunately, are not at the point within the companions that they are using Ainz and Albedo. If you don't have the plus 30 signature item built on Albedo, there is no reason to build Albedo either. So even though a lot of players did buy the heroes, including myself, we spent the 15 bucks, we picked up the heroes, they are seeing no utility in there. Now, overall, we did get a lot of these scrolls. We did all of the events that we have around these heroes, going through and doing the trial. So I want to do a couple more summons in here. And I am crazy impressed with how many summons we actually got to do in here, getting these dimensional spirits. Players were thinking, including myself, that it was going to be super, super difficult and very rare to get copies of these dimensional spirits. But it seems a lot easier, even though we didn't get literally nothing out of all of those summons. But it does seem a little bit easier for most players to get a lot of there. Now you can see we didn't buy any of the deals, haven't bought anything, including the dimensional deals, just got the heroes themselves. That was it when they came out. But looking at our points here, I believe this is going to give us a little bit more gear, and then we're close to 500 summons, which that's an 80 summon gap, but that's okay because we have a little bit more time. We still have 20 days in this, so still do have a very, very high, big extended time that we can actually do those. So we did our summons. We'll go ahead and get our water droplet in here, giving us our bud, which did give us 2 rare heroes, 3 more scrolls, and then of course a little bit of gold, which gold in this game is kind of crazy. But looking in here, we have captured beasts 10 times. This is a point where we only have 9 of them. We're going to be 1 beast short, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to finish this one. I can pick up a card, I believe, out of the dailies, and then we'll be able to finish this out. Now beasts in here, as they just take a long time. Let me see, I might actually have one, which we do. There we go. So we got the guild rewards. Preview guild treasure hunt regional mode. Now I haven't looked at that yet. We're going to definitely have to check that out in a little bit. But I definitely want to go in the beast grounds. Let's capture us 5 more beasts within the capture mode. That way we can pick up and finish that next part to getting the free hero. And I believe Trishia will almost be done. That might be the last copy that I do need of Trishia in the entirety. And what the heck, we have 5 left in here. Usually if I see an orange beast, I go for the orange beast, which there we luckily got one. Just because of the rarity and needing the multitude of copies, I build that one out, ascending these beasts. Of course, little by little, we're getting them to orange. We're getting them up to ascended in the entirety. It just does take a lot of time. So again, Covenant invite, if you're on companions, is going to be different, guys. 9 guild hunts, unfortunately, we can't do those 9. Participate in the dream realm, we're going to have to do that. Now, you'll also notice, log in each day during the event. This is how you're going to get and max this out to get Nevi. And then in here, we do have a few more resources out of there. So pretty cool overall. Let's see if we can ascend anybody. There is another copy of Scrath. Unfortunately, for Scrath, we haven't built out very much. And we do have, look at that, a few more of our copies. So let's see. So as we can see, kind of reviewing the account, we have our 3 heroes here. We are waiting for 1 more copy right there of Sonia, and then Sonia will actually be built out. Hendrik, we need a few more copies. That will give us 5 ascended light bearers. Now in here, we already have 1, 2, 3, looking at, well, 4 with Salakai, and then looking at number 5, I'm thinking maybe Scrath He's really the only one that we have the copies of. I don't know utility of him overall. A lot of players have built out Entendre, which you can see. Crazy enough, we really haven't gotten any copies. Same with Warwick over here. Haven't really seen very many copies. So I'm going to have to see who we're building there. Now, of course, Nevi, we just need that one free copy that will take us to Ascended. And then we'll start working on our next one, which I'm assuming is going to be Oku. I'm going to have to see if I can get some more copies. We have 5 maxed 5-star Wilders. And then in the Greatborn, you can see Desira. We have a ton of copies. We're building out Hodgkin with the ones that we have. Definitely need more fodder, and then we will be done. Now, of course, with these, I was hoping that we would get another one. Adding some more stars to Shalltear seemed to be and really is the most beneficial that a lot of players are saying. They're also saying when it comes to Albedo, keeping her right here at the mythic level, not building her up any further for the signature item itself. And then I did put one on Ainz, but most players are saying that Ainz is not worth building, which for me, super disappointing if they're going in there and saying Ainz is not worth the build. Just for the simple fact that we have the hero. Very cool to see them multiple, launched on multiple game modes and having the ability to have the hero. But overall, if it's not worth it, that is tried and true that it is not going to be worth it to build the hero up itself. Spire contest is done. Share for rewards. Pretty much everything is done in here. We do have the Dusty Barons to run through, and then we also have a couple more peaks of time. But very, very cool to see the build and how we're playing companions. It is super AFK. It is super low key. I know that's what a lot of players were looking for. A lot of players do like. And if you're unaware, there is a classic version of AFK Arena, which is funny because I've had a lot of comments from new players that have said, I didn't know there was actually another version, which big shout out to D2. We're pushing through some stages here. But going through the stage rush, this happens when your combat power is greater than what we have on the stage. And it is our combined rating over here. So you can see using some of D2's heroes in here, but making a little bit more progression. I'm going to run through my dailies, do my guild boss, and go through and just keep farming. That is the biggest thing in here when it comes to the towers. I've been farming the King's Towers a lot as of lately, going ahead and switching within the King's Tower, swapping up the Resonating Crystal, putting all of my Wilders in here. So I have the 280, or honestly right now the last one that I have is my 300. Everybody else is going to be at 280 as we continue to save additional resources, making sure that they're geared up, making sure that they're ready to go. We just need essence. That is the point that we're stopping at. And that is the point where, again, most players are getting stuck at not having the ability to get additional essence because it is super expensive. We have 625 million gold, guys, but we can't get any ice essence for the love of me. But let's go ahead, put the gear on Shalltear, and I'm going to see, because I think I need the helmet and I need the chest. When it comes to mythic gear in this game, it is super. So I need the helmet and I need the chest. It is super, super difficult to get mythical gear. Even thinking here, I have not seen not one single piece of mythic gear. I'm assuming maybe I'm not far enough within campaign formations. Even let's go ahead and change this one out. We'll put the helmet on there, which means some hero like Mishka is going to get a buff. We can just roll it down the line. There is Grez. Then, of course, a couple more tanks just to swap up and build out the furniture, or excuse me, the gear. And then we'll go back and we'll do the exact same. We'll start enhancing it. We'll start adding more stars on it because it is our dimensional gear. And, of course, Shalltear. Loving the hero, guys. I'm really loving how this hero works. We need a little bit more resources just to build it out a little bit further. And I'm wondering if we can buy a couple of these. I'm going to need some more red chests once upon a time. Same with the arena. So we have those. We have these. I'm just waiting to see, again, red chests. We're going to need a lot of those to finish out Shalltear, still saving within the guild store itself. And then, of course, the barracks, just accumulating essentially everything that we have within the barracks. But this will take the extension of the duration going to 7. Duration is now extended to 7. And again, we're going to start just building this hero out a little bit further, adding more attack, more defense, getting this hero maximize magic. The Nova also dispels most of the enemy's buffs. That's going to be a monster when it comes to PvP. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Like I said, with the Covet invite, if you don't have it, if you have a different version, you're on the Classic or the Companion server. But guys, again, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.